All right, so today we are taking a deep dive into Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller.
Okay, sounds good.
You know how like every business is always trying to reach customers and get their message out there?
Right.
Well, Miller's got this really interesting idea that most businesses are kind of doing it wrong.
Yeah, I've heard that it's a common problem for sure.
Yeah,
Instead of like crafting these really compelling narratives that resonate with people, um, they kind of get bogged down,
right.
highlighting all these features instead of the actual benefits.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder that their marketing messages just completely fall flat.
It's like they're lost in a galaxy far, far away and they have like no X-Wing to fly out of there,
Right.
no lightsaber.
Just stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Miller actually uses the Star Wars analogy in the book to really highlight this point.
Yeah.
He points out that businesses often position themselves as the hero of the story,
Oh, yeah.
like they're Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
But think about it for a second. Luke wouldn't have gotten very far without Yoda as his guide.
Oh, so are you saying businesses should be more like Yoda?
Exactly. Businesses should see themselves as that wise guide helping their customers,
Okay.
who are the true heroes, overcome challenges and achieve their goals.
I like that.
Yeah, and that's really the essence of this whole story brand framework.
Okay.
It's shifting the focus from the business to the customer.
Okay. I'm starting to see the lightsaber here, but how do we actually do that?
Right.
What does it mean to be the Yoda in our customer's story?
Well, it all starts with clarity.
Okay.
You have to answer three fundamental questions.
All right, I'm ready.
What do you offer?
Okay.
How will it make your customer's life better? And what actions should they take next?
Got it.
If your message isn't crystal clear, you'll lose your audience faster than Han Solo can make the Kessel Run.
And that's where a lot of businesses stumble, right? They're
Yeah.
so focused on their own internal jargon and complexities
Right.
that they just forget to speak the customer's language.
Think about Apple for a second.
Yeah.
They don't bombard you with all these crazy technical specs.
Right.
They show you how their products will seamlessly integrate into your life, make things easier, more connected, and just more enjoyable overall.
They make you the hero of your own, like, tech-savvy adventure.
Exactly. They position their products as the tools that empower you, the hero, to conquer your day.
I love it.
It's about understanding what your customer wants and then showing them how you can help them get it.
So it's not just about telling any old story.
Right.
It's about crafting a story where the customer is the main character, they're facing a challenge, and then your brand is like, hey, we're here to help.
Yeah.
We're the guide. We offer the solution, the path to a brighter future.
You got it. And that's just the tip of the lightsaber.
Oh, I like where this is going.
Miller outlines a 7-step framework
Okay.
to help businesses create these compelling brand stories.
A 7-step framework sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
Let's unpack that in our next segment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you mentioned a 7-step story brand framework.
Right.
Yeah.
Lay it on me. What are these steps?
Okay.
And how can they help businesses create these like super compelling brand stories?
It's all about providing a clear path
Okay.
for businesses to connect with their customers on a deeper level.
Okay.
And the first step, as we discussed, is defining your brand's message with absolute clarity.
Right.
You got to articulate what you offer, how it benefits the customer, and what action they should take.
It's like laying the foundation for a house.
Yes,
If
exactly.
the foundation is shaky, the whole structure is compromised.
Exactly. Once that foundation is solid, the second step is identifying the problem your customer is facing.
Okay.
And it's not just about like surface level issues.
Okay.
Miller dives deeper, urging businesses to really consider like the external, internal, and philosophical dimensions of the problem.
External, internal, philosophical. Okay.
Yeah.
Break that down for us.
So think about it this way. Let's say your customer's external problem is that they need a new car.
Okay.
Their old one's constantly breaking down, costing them time and money. Right? Makes sense.
So then what's the internal problem?
Right. What's the internal problem?
It's how that external problem makes them feel.
Oh.
They might feel frustrated, stressed, maybe even a little bit helpless, you know?
Yeah.
They're tired of dealing with car troubles.
Okay. I'm starting to see the layers here.
Right.
And what about the philosophical problem?
This gets to the heart of why this problem matters to them on a deeper level.
Okay.
Maybe they value reliability and they want a car that won't let them down.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to feel a sense of freedom and adventure on the open road.
So it's not just about the car itself.
No.
It's about the emotions and values
Exactly.
associated with having a reliable and enjoyable mode of transportation.
Exactly. By understanding these different levels of the problem,
Right.
businesses can position their brand as the solution
Okay.
that addresses not just the practical need, but also the emotional and philosophical
I
desires
like it.
of their
So we've
customers.
got the message, we've got the problem. What's the next step in this storytelling journey?
The next step is positioning your brand as the guide who provides the plan.
Okay.
Remember, the customer is the hero,
Right.
and they need a guide to help them navigate these challenges.
So it's not enough to just say like, hey, we can solve your problem.
No,
You need to show them how we're going to do it.
absolutely. People need to see a clear path to success.
Yeah.
And that's where your brand comes in. You're providing the roadmap, the
Mhm.
steps, the tools they need to overcome their obstacles and achieve their goals.
It's like giving them a treasure map to buried treasure.
Exactly. And by laying out a plan, you're also building trust and credibility.
Right.
You're showing your customers that you understand their needs and have the expertise to guide them to a successful outcome.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork.
Yep.
We've identified the problem.
Yep.
We've positioned ourselves as the guide.
Right.
What comes next?
Now it's time to call them to action.
Oh, the call to adventure.
Yes.
But there are different types of calls to action, right?
Right.
It's not always a buy now situation.
You're right. Direct calls to action like buy now or sign up today
Yeah.
are great for immediate conversions,
Right.
but sometimes you need a more subtle approach,
Okay.
especially if the customer is still early in their journey.
So it's like offering them a side quest
Exactly.
before they embark on the main mission.
Exactly. Transitional calls to action like download our free guide or learn more,
Yeah.
nurture the relationship, and gently guide them further down the sales funnel.
So it's all about understanding where your customer is in their journey
Right.
and providing the right call to action that meets them where they are.
Precisely. And by being clear and specific with your calls to action,
Okay.
you're making it easier for customers to engage with your brand and take that next step on their path to success.
Okay, we're on a roll here. What are the final steps in this storytelling framework?
The next step is to paint a picture of success.
Okay.
Show your customers what their life will look like after they've solved their problem
Ooh,
with your brand's help.
this is where we tap into their aspirations
Yes.
and show them the light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly. Highlight the positive outcomes, the benefits, the sense of accomplishment they'll experience.
Yeah,
Help
yeah.
them envision the transformation that awaits them.
It's like giving them a glimpse of their happily ever after.
Yeah.
And I bet this is also where testimonials can be really powerful, right?
Yes.
Seeing how others have benefited from your brand
Yeah.
can really solidify that vision of success.
You're absolutely right. Testimonials provide social proof and add a layer of authenticity to your brand's story.
So we've got the message, the problem, the guide, the plan, the call to action, and
Right.
the vision of success.
Yeah.
What's the final piece of this storytelling puzzle?
The final step is to address potential objections.
Oh.
Even with a clear path and a compelling vision, customers might still have doubts or fears that are holding them back.
It's like those pesky inner demons that whisper, what if it doesn't work?
Yes.
Or is this really the right choice?
Exactly. And by acknowledging these objections head on, you build trust and credibility.
Yeah.
You're showing your customers that you understand their concerns and have answers for them.
So it's about providing evidence reassurance,
Right.
maybe even guarantees
Yeah.
to alleviate their fears and make them feel confident in choosing your brand.
You gotta think of it like providing your hero with a magical shield
I like it.
to protect them from those inner demons.
This framework is so comprehensive.
Yeah.
It's like a blueprint for creating a compelling brand story that resonates with customers on every level.
It really is. And the best part is it can be applied to any business product or service.
This deep dive has been incredible. We've
Yeah.
covered so much ground, from the basics of storytelling to the nuances of addressing customer objections.
Right.
But I have one last question for you.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about making the customer the hero,
Right.
but how do we avoid the trap of accidentally making our brand the villain?
That's a fantastic question, and it's a crucial point to consider. We'll explore that in our final segment.
Okay, so we've established that the customer's the hero and our brand is the guide, but how do we walk that tightrope without, like, accidentally casting ourselves as the villain?
Right.
I mean, there are a lot of brands out there that come across as pushy or manipulative.
Yeah.
How do we avoid falling into that trap?
Well, that's a great question, and it really gets to the heart of ethical marketing.
Okay.
It's all about understanding the true role of the guide.
Okay.
A true guide doesn't try to control or manipulate the hero, they empower them.
So it's not about using, like, fear tactics or creating a sense of urgency to pressure people into buying?
Exactly. Those tactics might generate short-term results, but they ultimately damage your brand's reputation and erode customer trust.
Right. You want to be Yoda, not Darth Vader.
Right, exactly.
But in a competitive market, it's tempting to push the boundaries, especially when you see other brands doing it.
I understand that temptation, but think about the brands that you truly admire. Are they the ones that bombard you with aggressive sales pitches, or are they the ones that consistently provide value, build relationships, and earn your trust?
I guess it's the latter, the brands that feel authentic and genuinely care about their customers.
Yeah.
They're not trying to trick me into buying something I don't need.
Yeah,
They're offering solutions that actually make my life better.
precisely. And that's where empathy and authenticity come into play.
Go.
Put yourself in your customer's shoes.
Yeah,
What are their fears, their aspirations, their hesitations?
right.
Address those concerns in a way that feels genuine and helpful, not forceful or manipulative.
So it's not just about what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah,
The tone and intention behind your message really matter.
absolutely. And that's why clarity is so crucial.
Okay.
When your message is clear and your intentions are genuine, the villain problem tends to take care of itself.
Because if you're genuinely focused on helping the customer achieve their goals,
Mhm.
you're not going to resort to shady tactics or manipulative language.
Exactly. Transparency and authenticity are powerful antidotes to villainy.
Okay? I like that.
When you're honest and upfront with your customers, they can sense it and they're more likely to trust you.
This deep dive has been so eye-opening.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a whole new framework for thinking about branding and marketing.
It's amazing how a simple shift in perspective from making your brand the hero to making the customer the hero can have such a profound impact on your messaging.
And not just your messaging, but your entire approach to business.
Right.
It's about building relationships, fostering trust, and creating those win-win scenarios where both the customer and the brand benefit.
Well said. The StoryBrand framework is more than just a marketing strategy. It's a philosophy for doing business in a way that is ethical, sustainable, and ultimately more fulfilling for everyone involved.
This has been an incredible journey. We've explored the power of storytelling, the importance of clarity, and the nuances of positioning your brand as the guide without becoming the villain.
Right.
It's a lot to take in, but I feel energized and inspired to put these insights into practice.
I'm so glad to hear that. And remember, the journey doesn't end here.
Yeah,
Keep exploring the StoryBrand framework. Keep refining your message and keep finding new ways to empower your customers to become the heroes of their own stories.
beautifully said. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the world of StoryBrand. We hope you've enjoyed the journey, and we encourage you to keep exploring this powerful framework. Thanks for joining us.